This is Nigeria's middle class.
No way.
And this is the country that has been built on their silence. Not as wealthy as the top and not as impoverished as the bottom, this group have the singular capability to alter the country's trajectory. But they just don't. This is how the middle class betrayed Nigeria and how the mess can be undone. The Nigerian state is crumbling under twin crises of intellect and integrity.
And yes, you are the Lord.
Most Nigerians simply do not know what to do, and those who do know do not have the honesty to do it. There is a competition between the ignorant and the disingenuous, the deceived and the deceivers, the deceived being primarily the masses, and the deceivers the corrupt ruling class. The question at any given time is who is more potent, whose depths represent the rock bottom that Nigeria will finally sink to. Will Nigeria collapse because of dishonesty and deceit? Or will it collapse under the weight of unwavering stupidity and lack of consciousness? Or will it be both? The middle-class Nigerian is unique in that she belongs at once to the class of deceiver and deceived. Unlike the masses, the middle-class Nigerian should have the intellectual wherewithal, by her education, to know the truth about what the country is and what it should be. Also, unlike the corrupt ruling class, the middle-class Nigerian has nothing real to gain from deceiving others about the terrible state of Nigeria. Yet, despite having nothing real to gain from lying, and despite having the intellect to detect the lies, the middle-class Nigerian willfully engages in lying to herself.
Habibi, come to Lagos.
Being both deceiver and deceived at once, self-sufficiently. They have chosen to be dormant, silent about the Nigerian situation, to deceive themselves with the idea of a rose-colored Nigeria, a nation that works for them. But even they, the middle class, are one unfortunate event away from being another casualty of Nigeria. Indeed, they are already casualties when their lives are compared to the lives of their mates in saner climes. At the age an American buys a house, a Nigerian may be struggling to recover from a university strike. At the age a Nigerian may suffer to cater to a single child, an American may be taking 2 vacations a year.
They don't want the ball to drop out. They don't want the ball to drop out. I cannot do this. I don't want to drop out. I don't want to drop out.
Nigeria is defective. The market woman cheats the customer. The customer beats her child to pulp for making a small error. Somewhere there sits a ruthless politician who feeds fat off the national inheritance. The people do nothing to the politician but continue to cheat themselves and beat their children, to kidnap and rob and insult themselves, to propagate the suffering and wickedness that is already inescapable as a result of the bad government, the corrupt ruling class.
You see, the African leaders we have all over Africa today are very preoccupied with their own personal development, personal richness.
And what will save Nigeria? Will it be accountability?
This is the worst
truth?
violator of fundamental rights.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu was involved in heroin trafficking.
Or will it be education? Truth?
shugaban soja kasa dan arewa ne, shugaban soja sama dan arewa ne, shugaban soja ruwa dan arewa ne, DSS dan arewa ne, Constant dan arewa ne, immigration dan arewa ne.
Either way, it is true that holds the only key to Nigeria's liberation. The way that this truth will be purveyed is by decisive action, either by dispelling the lies of the corrupt ruling class, that is, by investigation and outcry, protest, or by rousing the dormant intellect of the masses, that is, by sensitization and immediate mass outreach.
Every man smiles. How are you? You see, we smile because we are good people, probably. But you see, people don't have to smile in a bad condition. That is making the matters worse. That is going to slavery. You see, because our condition is a condition of smiling.
So, protest is indeed the only way.
A riot is the language of the unheard.
And the middle class is the only group that can effectively lead.
But yet you still
Yes, the middle-class Nigerian is also unique in that she may easily belong to both categories of integrity and intellect. It is in the interest of the middle class to be honest about the state of things so that things may change. They should have integrity.
you no see where I dey. No, na torchlight so I dey use the.
Likewise, it is in the reach of the middle class to be enlightened.
They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network.
Thus, the Nigerian middle class represents the most powerful force for good, if only they take action. The middle class must organize and protest. They are unstoppable if they organize and protest. They will save Nigeria if only they would pause from their lunch dates and iPhones and Crocs, their social events and obsessing over what the younger generation is doing wrong. If only they would pause and organize and protest. And if you middle-class Nigerian do not, you will never have a nation. You will move from country to country, demanding respect, watering your culture down.
Olatunde. And your date of birth?
26. 26 of
26th of what? What month?
Erasing more and more parts of your history until it is no more. Until all that is imagined of your country is the pestilence that remains of it back home. You will long to give your children a childhood like you had, but you will never be able to conjure it up. And by the way, you will never break into the very top of the corrupt ruling class, try as you might. Because, in spite of your loyalty and your intelligence, there is somewhere, someone who you will answer yes sir to. Someone who will have half your qualifications and half your brain cells, but a full bloodline connection to the current corrupt rulers,
the governor,
the ones who cheated your parents, their sons and daughters. There is no talk of the hierarchy for you, middle class. Not in a bloodline kakistocracy like ours. There is no joy at all in this future. What we have is now. The middle class must organize and protest for our future. Thank you for coming to the end of this video. If you want us as your continued partner in this revolution via YouTube, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. It sustains us.